Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Majin Starcraft, and we bring you today more coverage of the MLG event. As I said, I will be following Huck and Hydra, so let's see whose match is this. Thank you, Huck, for spoiling that. So it will be a Protoss versus Protoss on Naga Caverns between Huck and ElParamedico. And this is the first match in a series of 3, and we will see who gets to be on top. Of course, I am kinda rooting for Huck. However, Huck has or hasn't already qualified. Again, replays have been released very late, so the event is almost finished. And if you do want full coverage and don't want to watch my cast, then well, go visit their website and you will see the results there, and you can probably find the replays yourself and just watch them without commentary. So we have a very nice movement from Paramedico here, trying to discover a proxy pylon here, which is a very nice position for one, but hasn't discovered anything. We'll finally see Huck scouting probe, so he'll probably now decide to scout himself. Huck is gonna move in here, gonna see chrono boost being used on probes, gonna scout the entire base to make sure that this first pylon wasn't proxied, and gonna start being a little annoying and harassing that pylon. There is that gateway on the way, and same for Huck. Let's see the production tab. Timing is almost identical for both players, and both players doing exactly the same, assaulting the pylon. This pylon is already full because Huck is on the run from this probe, and ElParamedico securing an assimilator and chrono boosting out some more probes. I think it's time to get down that second pylon soon. And there is that second pylon. I think he probably should have used this probe to lay it down, gain some mining time, but there you go. So again, similar builds for both players, and finally Huck decides to stop for no real reason. I think he should move out because this probe is gonna die, and there he goes running away. Meanwhile, we have the exact same thing inside this base, so everything is identical. Huck is securing a cybernetic score, and so is ElParamedico. Almost identical builds. Huck is in a slight time advantage. The shields for this probe are almost done. Has this probe managed to get a kill? No, has not. So far Huck is he still has his scout, so he knows that both players are getting the exact same build. Huck is already bringing out his Zealot, chrono boosting it, while chrono boost is not being used on this Zealot, so ElParamedico Zealot will be delayed. Oh, I didn't even notice this. So ElParamedico did manage to steal a gas from Huck, which is incredibly nice because now the Zealot is going to have a lot of work bringing it down, so a lot less gas for him, while ElParamedico has secured his own second gas. So very nice play indeed by ElParamedico. Both players getting out a Stalker. Huck's Stalker is a little early, and will probably start helping out with the assimilator because he does need that second gas. And there goes, where is the Stalker going? The Stalker is actually going for a harassment while this while the Zealot continues to pound away. Let's see the vision for ElParamedico just a little. I don't care about what. Yeah, he's actually does see. This is nice because he does see the Huck's base, so but he doesn't see what comes out of this one. So is this, yes, Huck is securing his own expansion, so he decides, well, if I haven't got that gas, I'm gonna use my extra minerals to get a second expansion out, which is great. Wargate Tech is on the way and getting out gateway for both players, but only Huck has a second nexus on the way. More gateways on the way for ElParamedico. That means a 4-gate build, while Huck only has 3 gates, but not really anything happening here. Otherwise, Huck's Stalker finally taking out that first scout. ElParamedico sending out his own Stalker and gonna start assaulting this. I think no, falling back. He should have maybe gotten off a few shots. Huck has 2 sentries and a Zealot here on defense. Meanwhile, we do have a proxy pylon coming up for ElParamedico to help reinforce this army really fast. If we look at the army size food tab, ElParamedico is behind a lot actually, but if we look at the harvesters equal, so Huck has a larger army, I think 3 Stalkers and 1 Zealot, but 2 sentries. These sentries, I think cost extra food and zealots. No, they don't. Then how come this army discrepancy? 42 to 38, not that much. Now we're seeing a fight here, so there's gonna be 3 stalkers and 3 zealots versus 2 sentries, 3 stalkers and 2 zealots. So ElParamedico being forced to back out here. 3 more sentries on the way, and Guardian Shield being used up a little early, I think. So here comes the encounter now. I think ElParamedico should use his own Guardian Shield, but he doesn't have enough energy, using force fields for not real any value, because he did get his own zealots stuck out there. So and now that he doesn't have any energy, Huck has managed to get the upper hand. Units lost tab, Huck is in a slight 100 resources advantage. Production tab says that we still have probes coming out for Huck, almost saturating his second expansion. That means that his income is slightly ahead, while ElParamedico not so much. Here we have another encounter. Stalkers and Stalkers gonna shoot Stalkers, Zealots gonna shoot fight Zealots, but Huck is in the advantage because more Zealots are here, more Stalkers coming in to reinforce from ElParamedico. 3 proxy pylons, I have no idea why 3. So here comes the fight here. Stalkers are gonna shoot down more Stalkers, Zealots versus Zealots. These sentries are gonna go down from a concentrated fire from the Stalkers, and ElParamedico just GG's out, and that was a really fast GG. I don't have time because again this is a series of 3 matches, and I will see you guys next game. Here we go for game number 2 between ElParamedico and Huck, and it is going to be on the most famous StarCraft map, Lost Temple. And again we have Protoss versus Protoss, and this is do or die time from ElParamedico, since this is a series of 3 matches and Huck is already up 1. So if ElParamedico doesn't win this match, he will be the loser of this encounter. But then again, losing to Huck doesn't exactly make you a loser, because Huck is one of the best players in the world and one of the best Protosses to watch. Second maybe second only to White Raw, but then again I would probably rank them as pretty equal. Now we do have scouting probes for both players. Let's see, again identical builds, so this is going to be pretty much a similar game to what we saw last time, but we'll see if ElParamedico decides to do something different. However, sadly for him, he is going the wrong direction, so his scouting of Huck will be very delayed. Now will Huck go the right? Yes, Huck's instincts have led him to the right base, so he will be the first one to scout, while ElParamedico's delay will be at least 1 base late if he doesn't go here first, and if he does, that would mean even more delay time, and I think he is actually going to go here. We'll see. We have the gateway on the way, identical timing on the gateway, more probes coming out, food count is identical, so both players having identical builds. However, finally at the last second, ElParamedico decides to pull out the probe and go the right base, so he has managed to gain about 5-6 seconds scout time, which could be important because hey, he might be facing a proxy, but he doesn't. So he sees this gateway, gonna try assault the pylon. That's not gonna happen. Meanwhile, Huck's scout is getting assaulted the same manner. Gateways are almost completed for both players. Will we see Huck pulling out a lot of probes there off the mineral line? I don't know why. Still assaulting that pylon. I think Huck should focus more on building right now. There we go, a cybernetic score for Huck, while ElParamedico is not getting. There's that cybernetic score a little bit delayed, so Huck again is in the slight time advantage. Now wisely letting this probe trying to hit the shields, because it will not necessarily do some damage, and ElParamedico gonna steal that gas again. I guess simply Huck doesn't care about gas. Getting on another pylon and not protecting this pylon, because he knows as long as this pylon doesn't go down, the shields can simply be regenerated. Has Huck actually stolen ElParamedico's gas? No, he hasn't, so he'll be just moving around here, keeping a scout in his base, seeing what happens. There will be a zealot on the way pretty soon. There is already a zealot out for Huck, and we'll start working on this assimilator. On this assimilator. Why did I have to say that twice? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Meanwhile, Warp Gate Tech is on the way. Both players getting out more assault units. the Stalker for Huck is almost out, and so is the Stalker. Well, the Stalker for ElParamedico is a long way away. So the Stalker is out, will probably help the Zealot finally deal with the assimilator. So Huck will not use the Stalker for scouting, and Huck's scout is still being followed by this little probe. So it is a major probe war coming out here. And what is this little probe doing? Is it long distance mining? Yes, it is long distance mining, because Huck again has secured his expansion. I don't think ElParamedico has scouted this. Let's find out. No, wait a sec. ElParamedico has not scouted this, so he's just checking around here, try to lay down probably a proxy pylon, gonna try and scout, but will be denied by the Stalker and the Zealot. So now Huck is moving out and going to try and delay any type of push from ElParamedico, who is getting another 3 gateways, so identical build from last time, going a 4-gate push without an expansion, while Huck is wisely securing his expansion and 2 more gateways on the way, 3 more gateways, so we will have 4 gates for Huck as well, but there will be this expansion. If we look at the army size, they are identical. Your harvester count is slightly ahead for Huck, and units we have 3 Zealots and 1 Stalker for ElParamedico, while 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker and 1 Sentry for Huck. So even though ElParamedico is in the army advantage for now, the longer he waits, the more Huck will gain his econ advantage, and there are a lot of transitioning probes and going to put out the income for Huck. So Huck is playing very wisely here. He still hasn't gotten the second gas, just simply denied the scouting, and we have 5 gateways on the way. Well, 4 warp gates are almost done, getting a 5th one, and ElParamedico is going to move out with a decent enough army. Let's see, 4 Zealots versus 4 2 and 3. So Huck has 1 extra sentry, so technically if both players don't macro, this is going to be a very equal team. We have a proxy pylon going down. These sentries do have enough for Guardian Shields, but so does Huck. No, Huck does not, but probably has on this one. So Huck has enough for Guardian Shield, and we'll see who actually will come out ahead in this advantage. Huck getting a lot more Zealots, while ElParamedico does have the Stalker advantage. But Stalkers, 2 Stalkers are not even here. Where are the extra Stalkers? I have no idea. We'll see. Oh, there are the 2 extra Stalkers. So big force fields here, no Guardian Shield at all. So basically it's going to be Stalkers versus Zealots. We're going to see who wins. These force fields not allowing for much macro, however allowing a lot of concentrated fire from these sentries, and the Stalkers microing away from the Zealot. And I think Huck again has come out in the advantage in this encounter, and going to destroy ElParamedico's proxy pylon using 2 force fields to secure this. That Stalker, and ElParamedico calls GG's and wishes Huck good luck in the rest of the tournament, and I guess we do too. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode with hopefully 2 more games or 3 games from Hydra. Thank you and goodbye.